Good evening, ladies and
Vikram,
gentlemen. Welcome you all on the second day of live seminar on the certificate course of searching patent database for beginners. Today we have renowned speakers Mr. Pushpak Singh with our Dr. Paresh Dave. First of all, I was introducing about Dr. Paresh Dave. Dr. Dave holds a doctorate degree in the chemistry from the Central Salt Marine Chemical Research Institute, India. He also holds postgraduate diploma in intellectual property rights from NALSAR University of Law, India. After completing his doctorate, Dr. Dave worked as postdoctoral fellow at three different labs: Rizman Institute of Science, Israel, Miami Institute, Miami University, USA, and University of British Columbia. Dr. Press has published 19 research articles in internationally reputed journals. Dr. Press has an overall experience of 25 years with 10 years in research and development and has been actively in intellectual property field since 2006. Press is also working with the corporate startup individuals, inventors to maximize their IP potential of technical disclosure and developing strategic intellectual property assets also help companies to identify, protect and maintain their IP including patents, trademark and copyrights. Now I hand over the session to Dr. Paresh Dave. Please, Dr. Dave.
good evening all, and welcome to this webinar again. So this is with respect to online certificate course on patent searching we are offering. So this course is conducted by Sri Ram Krishna Institute of Computer Education and Applied Sciences. So this institute is located at Surat, Gujarat, and this institute is very well known, and it's connected with the Veer Narbad. Uh, college is affiliated with Veer Narbad South Gujarat University since '99, and it offers courses ranging from different technical domains and scientific domains. So this course we are offering online certificate course on pattern searching for beginners. So we three are coordinators, myself, Dr. Paresh Dave, founder of IP Moment, and along with me, Dr. Ratna Trivedi. She is a head of the department from Department of Environmental Sciences of SRKI, and we also have Dr. Jai Barki, head of the Department of Biotechnology. So we three are the coordinator of this course, and this course is we are going to begin from tomorrow 11 o'clock, and we are going to share information related to this course also. And today I am going to share how this course is going to be conducted. And before that, I would like to thank uh, Vikram also for organizing these webinars. So let me introduce this course briefly about that, because this course we are offering pattern searching for the beginners only. So what is our aim is that we have this course online, and we will provide you the link. So if you click on that link and you provide your basic information and your name and your email address, WhatsApp number, etc., and then it will lead you to the course website. So there you can see there is a detail about how you can take this course, you can find, and what is the purpose of this course you will see. And you can also see level 1 and level 2. So if you click on the level 1, you can see the materials related to the level 1. So level 1 is what? Level 1 is fundamentals of intellectual property rights. So there you can briefly, you will learn that what are the different type of intellectual property rights are there, and some history about the intellectual property rights. So after that, you finish reading your level 1 course, then you have to give small MCQ test is going to be there. So then you take that test, and then it will lead you to the next level. So next level, there will be the material related to pattern searching only. So there is around 40-page PDF file will be there, that you can read it, and then you have to give exam for level 2. But I would like to say here that these two materials and will be available to you. So you can download, you can read through, and then you can attempt for the uh, uh, exam. So you no need to attempt immediately your exams. You can attempt later on also, because this course we are going to keep it open for 15 days. So once you can read and you are satisfied that you can take exam, then you can go ahead and start taking your exam. So this PDF file will be downloadable, and anytime you can read over there by going to that course website. And we are also planning to share these videos whatever we are conducting now. And parallelly, we are also conducting 4 different experts webinars over here. So yesterday we had one webinar from Mr. Rohit Singh, and today we are going to have webinars from Mr. Puspak Singh. So and then tomorrow we will have one more webinar conducted by me, and then on June 12th we will have one more webinar. So all these 4 webinar materials and YouTube these live channels and videos also, it is going to place at the course website. So that course website, that material will be available for 15 days. You can attempt anytime your course. So let me introduce today's webinar. So we have today Puspak Singh with us. So he is IPR problem solver. He is working in this IPR field from 2007. So he is very well-known figure in the patent searching field, and he is around 13-15 years experience in the patent side. So Puspak Singh is certified Indian patent agent, as well as he is also certified trademark agent, and he facilitates quality IP research, finding, landscaping, reporting, etc. His keen interest is to improve productivity in IP search and provide solution for IPR issues also. So he is also working, with Orbit briefly, and main his aim is that to spread IPR awareness, and he is also conducting various sessions for patent agent exam also. So he is very well expert in this patent searching. So I would like to introduce Mr. Puspak Singh, and I would like to thank Puspak Singh for accepting our invitation and to present this webinar. So this podium goes to Mr. Pushpak Singh. So he will take today's sessions live, and you will be benefiting from this. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Dave. Thank you, Vikram. Let me know if I'm audible. Okay.
Yes, sure.
Thank you each and everyone for joining and coming to this live discussion. And just to briefly tell you some disclaimer, and this is an educational representation of the things I have learned in past in patent field. And I'm just explaining some views, and all the representation in this training session are personal only. They don't belongs to my present organization or the organization which names are disclosed in present slides itself. All the logos and trademark which are represented in slides belongs to respective owners, and purely for educational purpose or purely for discussion of this specific webinar itself. My plan today is to discuss what is prior art, which is in nutshell I would like to disclose with you. Further, we will see how the freedom to operate in context of patent is there. We will also see live how to perform, actually do the searching in Google Patents. We'll also see how can you do it in worldwide by using WIPO patent search database. You can also do it from Indian Patent Office website, and there are various other respective Patent Office website. And if type permits, we will go and do a hands-on activity in each and every one. So if I briefly talk on and say that what is a prior art? Prior art actually means that anything which is published worldwide and publicly known. And it means that the concept which you are searching for or a new idea which you might have, is it already known? It can be anything. It can be patent, it can be published article, news, blog, or any pure Google search which you can come out of it. And it can be various websites. Now, if I say that why we are talking patent search right now instead of worldwide search, so why we search for patent is some basic output. I'm getting background noise from the system. Okay, if I say that why should a person search for a patent? A patent terms to be a relevant and reliable source or a technical information. In research article or a website, today it's there, tomorrow it's not there. Something can be withdrawn, and thing can be deleted from the existence itself. But the patent, when it is published, it's in public domain, and it's available to each and everyone. And it's a agreement between government and an applicant, and you have to disclose your invention in a meaningful manner so that other people can replicate it. So that's why patent searching or a patent is a more critical, reliable resources as far as technology is concerned. It has various technical data. It also gives you latest information. So for an example, if I see newest patent publication which is happening for maybe Apple, maybe Samsung, maybe LG, or maybe any other company, I tend to foresee that these kind of a product can be there in future. So it's a kind of a latest information. Even if it is not published in research article or a news, you can assume these kind of a document, these kind of a product can be there from that particular company. And most important, it's available free of cost. You don't have to pay it. Just like in research article, you have to pay to access that particular PDF file. You have to pay for it or you have to subscribe for it. But patents are free of cost. You can download it without even a single penny spent on a publisher website. Till now, we have seen that, okay, patent is important, but how does it actually look like? I'm giving you an example right now for a US patent document, and it has various detailed information. On a periphery, if I talk that what kind of things can be there in a patent document, and it is useful to know because when you have to perform a patent search, based on the area of where you are performing a search, you get a result count. So if I'm performing search in title, so B is a patent document will have a title, it will have an abstract, it will have a background information, it will have what exactly it talks about. It's called as a summary of invention. It also gives you detailed description, how many time it can be replicated, what are the various ways which are there to use that patent information. And lastly, the claim language, wherein applicant or a company asks that I am disclosing this technical information and I want a protection for it, and these are my rights, and which will be defined as claim. So if you perform a search in title with a specific keyword, you'll get a less result set because title is slightly short. If you perform search in abstract, it will be slightly big, but if you perform search in description, and it will be too huge patent document, and wherein you get a complete patent information in here. We will show you all live also how actual a particular patent looks like when we are performing a live exercise. In the terms of a patent search, it might have a various phases to perform a patent search. And if I say that divide it into three different phases, one is that you have to design keywords. Means if you are searching for, let's say, mobile phone can be termed in a different ways. Like it can be held and device, it can be mobile terminal, it can be phone only, it can be visual device, or it can be portable machine. So the various names can be there. So ultimately in phase one, you have to come up with all keywords, all the equation and strategy, how it will be combined, where you want to perform a search, whether it's a title search or abstract search. And when you are doing a prior art search, it is for entire description. It cannot be limited to a specific area of a patent search, which we have seen in our previous discussion yesterday. Second phase is that whenever you are performing a search, you will come up with new ideas. You will see that there are various patent applications or various documents are there, and you'll come to that know that okay, mobile phone can be as iPhone, and I can use a keyword to perform a search for iPhone also in apart from mobile and phone itself. You will also get some technical information like classification, and classification is an area of a patent wherein examiner of a patent classify that this patent belongs to a this is category. It is to minimize keyword based searching and get a specificity from your result set. And once you dive in into patent search, you'll learn more. Various patent office have various classification. There are 5 different classification which you can use to perform a search. Based on that, you decide which is relevant, which is not relevant, and you move further to do a better patent search by default on the fly. So this is a brief prior art search, means a patent document is there and technical information is there. And when you are doing a prior art search, it is not related to patent alone. It is to any other specific technical disclosure which can be there on worldwide. Now let's dive in. What do we mean by freedom to operate? Now the freedom to operate search is a search with respect to market in picture. Let's say you have some product and you want to market it, but you cannot uh, market it because there will be some claims which we have seen previously in a patent document. A particular organization might protect their right by disclosing their technical information for limited period of time. As you might know that patent is for certain duration like 20 years, and it can be 10 years or depending on type of patent which you file for, and it can be beyond depending on extension which is given by governments like protection certificates and everything. To summarize, freedom to operate search belongs to a patent screening, and it is limited to pending and granted patent. And the patent which are expired or doesn't have an active life, we don't include them to a certain extent. And this is the definition which is given by WIPO magazine. I also came up with the view, very good quote from Dr. Edward, which says that, which goes something like that: patent gives you a competitive edge, but it's a freedom to operate which keeps you in the market. So if you have to sell something, you have to particularly know what are the active patents there, search a specific claim which is pending in a patent office or granted by patent office, and check it out whether your product is infringing that right itself. Usually these kind of a search are performed some limitation with some limitation. Usually we go that my keyword is present in claim. Sometimes you have to come up with the proper synonyms for that to cover that. You also look for alive patent which can be granted or pending patent. So you remove of your lapse patent or the patent which are not having an active life. And you also look for some specific range. So as we have previously spoken that patent can have active life of 20 years. So there can be one type of a date in a patent which is a priority date. You can define more. By default, people go for a 21 year. You can extend it for date range. So whenever we are performing a search, we limit some dates and part of a specification when we are doing an FTO search. Another critical aspect in performing freedom to operate search is that whenever we do freedom to operate search, it is for a specific country. Sometimes it is worldwide when you have a very path breaking product, but sometimes if you want to market only in India or market only in US or Europe, you perform a specifically search for that country itself. And this is the fourth type of limitation which you can apply to a freedom to operate search, and this helps you to cover some of the aspect which is going to the market. Now, till now we have seen that there are two type of various search which can help you to use patent data. There are other type of search like clearance search, invalidity search, patent landscape, state of the art search, and various other searches are there which are out of the scope which currently we are discussing. But where to do these kind of a searches. I just want to give you some ideas. So we have few patent office website and some of the aggregator website which you can use it freely now. One of the primary is which is a common term, Google it. So in a Google patents, you can search for a Google's patents. You can also search for WIPO. WIPO is termed as one of the worldwide patent application filer, wherein you can protect your invention for protect your right to file multiple patents, multiple country entry for a longer period of time, and that system helps you to perform a worldwide patent search also. You can also do Indian specific search, and I wanted to give you a live example. How can you do perform search in INPAS? INPAS in Indian Patent Office search interface. Similarly, you can also search for US patents, European patent, which is also a worldwide patent search, which is the center of the column, wherein you can search for worldwide from here, Spacenet also, and lastly, you have one more resource which you can use, lens.org. Now, if I talk on Google Patents, now Google Patent is an area. It's a free website. You can browse through www.patent.google.com, and it gives you an easy search interface wherein you can type your query and perform a search. It has various coverage, and over the period of time, it has improved a lot. And I have taken this screenshot from long period of time in 2018, and over the period of time, it has increased. And let's see how actually this interface looks like today and how you can perform a search. Now, this is an area, this is an interface, and in a browser, you can go to patent.google.com and say that, okay, I am interested, let's say I'm interested in face mask. You can put and explain what are the things which you are interested. So for an example, if you are interested to a unique idea which you might be having, or someone comes to you that, can you search me if this idea is unique or someone has published this kind of a patent document in prior or not. You can come to Google Patent, type in your query in natural language, and this is one of the USP, and click on this search icon. There is also some text box which is present at the bottom, which gives you a privilege to search for non-patent literature or journal article also, so you can choose that. On left hand side, you get that what search time you have typed. So let's say face mark is there, then you also come up that it can be PPE. So you can type your keyword directly from here, and when you press enter, it will give you that with respect to PPE, various patent documents are there or not there. I have already limited it to litigation, so I just remove all of the filters. So I'm searching right now face mask and PPE. Maybe you have an idea that can I have a face mask which can be applied, which can have various size. Maybe it is applicable to child also, and this can be also worn by an adult. So you can come up with new keywords and say that maybe it is applicable to child, and this is one area which is child, and then you come up and say that all of these patent documents are having PPE, face mask, PPE or face masks, and which is reflect to child also. You can read a patent document by clicking on articles right now. So once you click on a particular title, it gives you that, okay, this is one of the PPE category, and it is not one of the keyword which you should use. But to give you an example, it gives you the title. So this is called as title. It also gives you an abstract, all the images which are there. You also get the entire description, what technically it is there. You also get paragraph number. We also talked on that claims. So this is the part wherein you can read the claims. If you wish to read an entire PDF document, which is originally, and we talked on it, that patent documents are freely available. You can get a PDF document by clicking on Open PDF, and this opens up your entire PDF document. So it gives you what is the title, what is the abstract, what are the images, and you can scroll through the completely. Whatever patent document which is published worldwide, you can open them freely, and they are freely technical information which is available to you. Scroll down in the bottom, and in the bottom, usually in most of the patent office website or a patent document, you get claims at the bottom of a particular PDF if you open it up on the fly. This way, you can perform a patent search in Google Patents. Further, Google Patent also gives you example of priority dates. We talked on priority dates. You can add a date, let's say from last 20 years, maybe from last 2000 onwards. I want to perform a search on, and once you click on enter, it will give you from January 1, 2000 onwards, how many patent applications are there. So this helps you to do it. If you are logged into your Google accounts or a Gmail account, you can also create some Excel sheet out of it, clicking on download, clicking not from here. If you are interested, so let's say I'm not interested in PPE, I'm interested face mask for a child. It will be load and give you that face mask for a child. Maybe I want to see image. Click on this particular patent document, and it shows me that various images are there. And once you lay it up, and it will show you that this is one of the image. And purely it's a technical information. And as our government has said that make in India, and if the patent is not filed in India, you can freely use it, market it, and you can make in India. You can also perform some filters from here. So this is right now in assignee is there. Maybe I want to find out what this Legend 3D Incorporation is doing in face mask for a child. Click on that particular assignee name or a company name, and it gives you all the patent document 10 results for face mask child and related to that particular company. So you can read a patent document on the fly from our Google Patents interface, and you don't have to pay it from here. Another type of a domain is type of search is available in WIPO. WIPO search is, as you know, it's a worldwide patent search area, another service which is available freely to you. You can search it by using to this URL, which is patentscope.wipo.int. It has various sources, like you can do a simple search just like Google. You can type in your query in the box which is provided. You can also do advanced search, wherein you have to come up with some queries, some keywords, and some of the areas which you want to perform search on. So if you recall, when we are in a Google search, we cannot limit it to claims only, and you have to do a patentability search. Okay, it's fine to do a prior art search. You can put a keyword, perform a search. But when you are doing freedom to operate search, it has some limitation, and I have to search only in claims. And I need to learn what type of coding language I can use or code I can use to perform a keyword search. In patent scope or WIPO, you get a field combination or area wherein you can choose, instead of front page or title or abstract, I want to perform search only in claims. So this way you can also perform search in patent scope directly in interface. Let's see how it looks like. So I have previously opened it, and it is available in patentscope.wipo.int. You can limit and say that any field or freedom to operate front page itself, and choose face mask again. Limit to any specific country of your interest. You can limit it to here, and you can say I am interested in all countries and define it all countries. And when we click on this magnifying glass, it takes up to result set page. Let's say face mask, and let's perform a search based on this. It gives you all the patent document. Now interface is slightly different, and this is one of the area to look for. Each and every patent office website or a publisher website or WIPO or Google might have its own interface. You need to learn for it and adapt according to your situation. Let's say this is solid face mask. I want to read about it. You can click on a hyperlink. Similarly, it will give you title, abstract. So this is this one is your title, which is solid face mask. Then you have the abstract. It also gives you in various language. So if you know Chinese or French, you can view that. You can also read the full text. Full text means that all the particular patent document related details, that since it is a Chinese patent document, you can translate it by clicking on English, and it will translate it into English and say English, and the system will process all the Chinese keyword, and it helps you to quickly read a patent document in a native language. Now it takes a slight amount of a longer time to load and do it, but since it gives you a free coverage, you can wait and perform all these translation on the fly. It also gives you downloading a PDF document on the fly. So from here, going in a document tab, you will be able to open up your PDF document on the fly. Further, it also gives you advanced search capability. We have seen in a screenshot, when you click on advanced search, it takes you to area and it gives you that, okay, first page terms as FP, and you need to learn that what are the codes which you can use to perform a complex search in advanced search. Similarly, you can go to fielded combination, click on fielded combination, and it gives you area that, okay, any field I'm not interested, I might be interested in claims. I come here, choose a claims, and say wherever the face mask is there, face mask is there in claim, I want to get an information. So once you click on all of these face masks and perform a search, it gives you 2,770 results set. So if you recall, when we perform search in a Google patent, and when we didn't limited it to our country or our child or company name, it was giving us 42,000 results set. So it's too huge data when you are doing a patentability search or prior art search, unless until you limit it to specifically. But when you do a limited area search, which is called as a claim search, you can add your keyword in a specific area and the result will be much limited, because claim has a small amount of a test and people will not be claiming the entire description. Whatever they are coming up, maybe they are coming up with a new technical area that they will try to cover and perform a search. So this way you can limit your search and do somewhat a good freedom to operate search in a WIPO patent document. For a chemical industry, and if you are in a chemical industry, you need to also do search by way of a chemical name or compound name, and this is termed as, and WIPO gives you an interface wherein you can search for a chemical molecule. You can also draw structure. They also gives you a molecular structure draw and perform a search based on a chemical molecule search. This is only available when you are logged in into account of WIPO, and you have to sign in for that. And will be available as chemical compound, and you can perform a compound search and say I'm interested in paracetamol, and look for all the countries, and exact structure search you can perform, and exact search you can perform, and it will give you there are 15,000 patent document wherein your molecule is a paracetamol molecule. You can also draw structure, which is structure editor is there, wherein you can draw structure and drag and drop your molecule name, and then make your molecule and perform a search based on this particular interface itself. One of the more important thing which you might be also useful to do is that called cross-lingual expansion. Now this is very unique in terms of performing a search worldwide, and this also an limitation of performing a search in free databases or doing search in individual country, because Chinese patent will be always searchable in Chinese text, not in as an English text, unless until it is translated or title and abstract is translated in a particular domain. So if I choose face and mask and perform a search again, so it will be more exhaustive, because it will be terming converting all your keyword in native language. For an example, in French keyword, it will be called as masky facial. So there can be various other keywords, like it can have Japanese keyword. So system also gives you a capability to translate your keyword in a native language, and it is helpful to maximize your search without coming up or knowing that language itself. And this is one of the area wherein WIPO has improved a lot and given some usability to searcher, researcher to perform a better search on the fly in the area. So till now we have seen that how WIPO search looks like, and let's take a look how Indian Patent Office website works and how well you can perform a search in Indian Patent Office website. So if we take out the Indian Patent Office, it is available at ipindiaservices.gov.in and slash public search. This is a website wherein you can perform various type of searches. One of the basic one is performing a patent search, and you will know that it's a similar kind of a search wherein you have title, abstract, just like in WIPO interface. You have capability to choose whether you want to do a title abstract or whether you want to do a claim search. So both of the aspect, if you are doing freedom to operate search for a market to a product to be launched in India, you can do take advantage of Indian Patent Office website and then do a search. Now, I just wanted to give you one indication that there is also one help file which is available in Indian Patent Office website. And to perform a search, you need to know what type of keyword it accepts, what type of truncation it accepts, and what type of operators you can use. When you perform a specific search, what type of results are expected from the system. You can read about more about it from the help page from the interface. Now let's see how it looks like actually. When you go to ipindiaservice.gov in public search, it gives you this kind of a page wherein you can chase and say that, let's say, I want to know how many patent documents are there, which is talking on, let's say, in complete specification is talking about face mask. Now, this particular search will be only limited to Indian patent. Till now, we have seen in Google Patent or WIPO, it takes you to China, it takes you to Japan, it takes care of US. But Indian Patent Office website will take you to only Indian patent because it is specifically designed for it. In here, you also have capability to search only for published, which is called as published patent document, and only for granted version. So if you are searching for a granted version, you have to check marks. So two type of searches you have to do. One is through published and another is from granted itself. When you put your keywords or the areas which you have to perform a search, also take care of some of the operator which are there on right hand side. Means you want to combine one keyword with another keyword. You can choose the area from right hand side. Lastly, you have to add a captcha. So I'm not sure whether the captcha will be old, so I'll just refresh it. So captcha will be giving you, so let's add 26362. And when you perform a search, it gives you that with respect to face mask, wherever in complete specification or a body of a particular patent document, face mask is written, that patent document will be there. So it gives you 33,000 patent documents are there, published in India, which take care of a face mask. Let's also limit it further and take an example of abstract alone. So I'll just remove face mask, make it in abstract only. And let's enter a captcha again. So C8E1C, perform a search, and it gives you 3,925 patent documents are there, where even face mask is one of the keyword which is written in a patent document. To open it up, you have to use the hyperlink in front of a particular title which is associated here and open it up. This will take you to a page wherein you have title, who filed it, which country it took a priority, who was the owner, company, who was the inventor. You also get that what is the abstract, and when you perform a control find and say that where is the face, and you'll see that this is having face kind of a keyword, it is there, and since it is also having a mask, I'll choose face mask, and it is an OR operator which has been taken. You can read a complete patent specification from here. Now you will notice that where are the images? Maybe it has some images and I am not able to see images. To view the complete images and everything, you have to check up with the view complete specification. By clicking on the button, it will take you to view document page. In this view document page, you will have all the document which has been filed with that particular patent document, and then you can open it up that which patent document is important. So ideally, when you are performing reviewing a patent document for Indian Patent Office website, there are various forms available. Usually form 2 is the area wherein you can get the complete specification. It also gives you a complete specification part, which hyperlink you can open up and see what are the details which has been given to a particular patent specification by applicant itself. So this is the complete specification. And in here you will notice that if there are images or something, that will be available at the bottom, and again you will have claims, and which is at the bit available here wherein you can choose from. So depending on website or which you have performing a search on, you will have various other option. You can also get similar results by using granted patent search. So define your keyword, come up with the keyword which you want to perform a search with, and choose whether you want to find do a published patent search first or a grant patent first, and then come up with the result which you have interest on. So till now we have seen that how Indian Patent Office website looks like, how WIPO looks like, how Google Patent looks like. Similarly, you can search for USPTO. USPTO is US Patent Office website, and this is the URL you can go with. Once you go to US Patent website, you can choose whether you want to perform a search for published patent or granted patent. So this is one of the same area in line of Indian Patent Office website. And again, US Patent will give you, Office website will give you only US Patent related results. It has similarly various forms wherein you can add your keywords, perform search, and choose the drop down. Also, it gives you advanced search area wherein you can choose code and perform searches. Various codes are there which you can learn from the interface in their website itself. Another more important one is eSpacenet, and I want to focus and give you live example of eSpacenet also. And this is one of the second best example wherein you can perform a worldwide search apart from WIPO interface or WIPO interface. And here you get similar search form, whether it can be an easy search or a smart search, or it can be an advanced search wherein you can choose keywords in title, keywords in abstract, and perform a worldwide search, and results will look like something this. So if I take you to a live example, eSpacenet looks like this, wherein you can say that I'm interested in face mask again. Let's say take an example of face mask of child. ILD. I think I need to zoom in a little bit more. I hope it will be more visible now. So face mask and child, and when I perform a search, it takes up the worldwide search, and it gives you that, okay, face mask with respect to child, I'm getting 111 patent document. You can also export them in an Excel sheet. If you wish to read any patent document, click on a title and it takes you to the complete description of that particular patent document. Read it, open up description from here, open up PDF document from here, and it will give you a complete PDF document which is there. Now there is one of the limitation wherein in free resources, content is in native language. So China's patent document will be in Chinese, Japanese patent document will be in Japanese, Korean will be in Korean. And yes, in European countries, some of the country will have their native language as a preference to be filed upon. So this way you can open up a PDF document or read a particular patent document on the fly. In here you also get translate capability wherein you can translate to a language. Let's say in English, I'm not familiar with the Chinese language, and when I translate, and it will translate your claims in English, and you can take various examples from here. Similarly, eSpaceNet also gives you advanced search area. In advanced search, you have capacity to choose your keyword in title or abstract, and choose perform searches based on your indication from here itself. So let's say for an example, I perform a search worldwide in EN, wherein content is in English, and it gives you a capacity to perform search also in full text. and you say I'm interested in face mask again, and it can be, let's say, PPE. By default, it takes care of an AND operator. When you press an enter, it gives you results at wherever PPE related face masks are there, and then you can open up worker safety system or any of the patent document which you have interest to read, and you can read that particular patent document on the fly. So eSpaceNet also gives you a capability to perform a worldwide search, and it has more than 100, around 100 country. But the limitation again lies that you have to translate your keyword in native language to perform a search on. And lastly, you have one more resource which you can use. It is known as lens.org, and wherein you can perform search on. Now, I'll give you a live example. What what is the difference when you do patent search in a specific country, or patent search when you do a worldwide search? So, in a layman term, if a patent is filed in India, so let's say patent is filed in India, and similar patent is called as a family patent, and those are filed in various respective country. Ideally, these patents will have 99% similar text, only claims which are changed, and depending on a country and a country law, those will be changed. When you have to do all of these searches freely, you have to do it in native language and specific patent office website and replicate the same search again and again. And you have to know the patent system to perform a search efficiently. So there are more than I think more than 190 countries are there which are PCT, part of a PCT, wherein a search can be performed. And if you have to remember all these patent website individually, it is a Herculean task. That's why people use WIPO, people use the eSpaceNet, and to some extent Google Patent also to perform a worldwide search, entering those keyword, checking out what are the patent document are there. But you have to do it individually because some of the limitation, some of the patent document will be available only in WIPO, some of the patent document will be only available in US Google Patent, and some of them will be only available in eSpaceNet. With this, we are coming up with the end of our discussion. Thank you so much for joining, and I'm open to the questions.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your wonderful knowledge on patent search database, and you explored all those database where we can search the patent. Now the session is open for everyone. Anyone can ask the questions from Mr. Pushpak Singh. The session is open for audience. Audience can drop their questions in comment box so we can rise from the Mr. Pushpak Singh.
Okay, let's browse through. Okay. Any questions there in chat box? What is the priority date which is same as provisional filing date? Yeah, it can. It is almost same. Almost same. Priority date is a date wherein you have first filed in patent office. The unique idea first time when you file, it is similarly as the filing date in some of the cases. Sometimes you post date it, so that is a different criteria in Indian Patent Office. But some of the time it is first disclosure. Yeah, Dr. Paresh has already given. Is there any separate course
I'm
for
here.
patent search? Yeah. Yes, sir.
I'm here only.
Okay, so
There
is
was
there any
one K
patent course
question.
for? Mhm.
Yeah, go ahead, go ahead. Sorry, sorry.
Yeah, it was. Is there any separate patent course? I would say that uh, there is no as such course which can train you. It's just like you can go to WIPO Academy. WIPO Academy is an area wherein you can learn more about patent, and you can Google about it. What WIPO Academy gives. There are various courses which are done by universities and institute. You can also enroll them. There are also courses. I think one of them in US. If you search in Google that patent search course, you will definitely get some of them through Google. Yeah, there will be all this there. Is there any other question?
Sir, one question raised from Dr. Ruby Goel. How many claims we write in provisional?
See, there is no. I would say means. There is no as such requirement to write provision claims in a provisional patent application. uh, there is no as such guideline to add it, but ideally if you don't want to pay extra fee, you start with 10 claims only. At least in India, provisional patent application usually in concept it is given as that as an researcher I'm not expert in drafting forms. I need to have an attorney to do it, and provisional patent can be filed or provisional application can be filed by an inventor, and later on you ask attorney or agent to patent agent to draft claims, fill up all the forms and submit it to patent office. Ideally it was the process. Later on we have to come up with the all the forms in Indian patent office, which is form 1, you have to give form 2, you also have to give right of um, other forms also, ownership of that particular declaration of that particular patent document. There is no as such requirement to give claims, but 10 claims you can add. But if you write claims, your invention will be more limited. You have 12 months to add up some contents there, and if you define something limited in your provisional, and if you try to broaden it up in complete patent application by the help of attorney or agent or some new information which you have come up with, you will not be able to in a prosecution or somewhat commercialization, or someone wants to invalidate your patent or limit your scope, you will not be able to expand it. So that's why we'll say that okay, broadly you come up with something, you describe it, but not to come up with claims. That's my advices. Okay, what is the best way
So I just
to
want
avoid?
to add up one thing to this question, Pushpak.
Yeah, yeah, please, sir.
Yeah, so for provisional, that means legally or technically, it's not required to have claim.
Yeah,
But in US, sometimes there is a practice,
country
or
specific.
sometimes some agent also they are following and they are putting claim. But legally, you do not require to put claim in provisional.
Yes. What is the best way to avoid family patent in free system? It is quite hard to do it because and I don't want to market it right now, but if you just to give you an instance, in free system only I would say WIPO patent office gives you some functionality to group it by family, but again it becomes very hard to control it. In paid system, be it any software, there are always ways to group it by family. Okay, what is the role of agent in drafting? Role of agent is to advise you well. what are the forms required, what are the fees required. He is not expert in technical matter. He cannot give you technical input that this is one of the embodiment, this is one of the technical usage. He can guide you to do it, but it's ultimately your call, wherein what are the scope which you want from your invention. And role of agent is to keep your invention confidential, to file it according to your requirement. Okay, what is the abstract? Abstract is a summary of a patent, gist of a patent, and every patent office requires you to give an abstract. Means around 150 words summary of a patent, which covers the whole technological area which you are trying to solve.
So there is one question I can see, that how to prepare search report. So
Yeah,
search report
absolutely.
format, it varies from person to person,
Requirement to
or
requirement.
maybe
Yep.
company to company, depending upon the requirement. But in general, search report will constitute what is you are looking for, what information you are looking for. So those things one can provide. For example, some people provide the summary of, what is the patent application and what is the summary of the patent effort. Some report they provide, whatever it is available on the patent application, published patent, this one information. So as it is, those information they provide, copy paste it. So no need to change anything, but some required, to give their expert opinion over that. So search report format is not fixed. It will vary from person to person or company to company.
Yeah, absolutely.
I want to combine two.
Is there without help of agent can I file? You can try. See, I would say that it's just like driving a car. Without driving lesson, can I drive my car? So it's up to you. You own the car, you can drive it. And if I would say, I will give you best wishes that okay, everything pays out well. But filing an Indian patent is very tricky stuff, because there are various forms are there, there are various guidelines, and learning curve is too steep. And by the time you learn and file a patent, your invention can be outdated. So it is advisable to go to any agent or any person you like. There are more than 3,000, 4,000 people are there who are their contents are details are available in Indian Patent Office website. It's called Patent Agent Register, wherein you can learn more about them, contact them, and sign an NDA agreement with them that don't disclose my. I'm disclosing some information with you, and you keep safe. And then you disclose your invention, and they will advise you through. And when you file multiple patent application, you tend to know that this is the way to draft, this is the forms which are involved. Later on, you can file of your own. But I would say that going with your valuable invention alone is very tricky. I would say that everything can be lost. And usually you get only one or two or few ideas as an innovator, and which can earns you millions. So go with your patent facilitator. What are the family patent? Family patents are one patent invention, similar, same. I go to a new country. So once you file a one patent application, in 12 months, you can file it in anywhere in any patent office worldwide, wherever the patent cooperation treaty is signed. And when you file the same invention in from one country to another country, it is termed as a family patent, because content is almost same, only claims are different. So one patent, depending on my country choice of entry, it will be duplicated in multiple countries, and those are termed as family.
Thank you so much for sir for sharing your wonderful knowledge. Now the link for course website is showing on your screen and also showing the screen of website course. This is the website of Patent Search for Beginners, the course which is designed by Department of Environmental Science and Department of Biotechnology, Sri Ram Krishna Institute of Computer Education and Applied Sciences with collaboration of IP Moment. And the complete course outline design is given on that website. The link is showing on your screen, and you can also note this screen. You can take the screenshot and later you go to this website and you can read all the contents. Whole content is given on the website. Also the details of coordinator is mentioned on the website. And what is the you learn in the level 1, so that is also the given on the website. You have to click on the level 1 and you will find a ppt on that page, and you can search that PPT. Whole PPT is given on the website. You can download it and you can read it for your exam. We have different exam modules for level 1 and level 2. First of all, you have the exam for level 1 who will qualify the level 1. That person is eligible for level 2. After you go to level 2, there is some different level, kind of notes also available on level 2 page. You can check there from the website. This is the level 2 notes already mentioned on the website. You can read and download it from the website, and you also perform the exams. After the complete completion of both levels, level 1 and level 2, you are eligible for the certificate of this course. And also the video of day 1 which we organized by yesterday, it is available on our website. Also the today's video available on the website. This is today live video also available on the same website. You can contact the coordinators for more information. Thank you everyone for being a part of this certificate course webinar. Thank you so much, sir, Pushpak sir, and Paresh sir for joining with us and sharing your wonderful knowledge on patent search database.
Thank you, Dr. Paresh. Thank you,
Thank,
Vikram, and thank you
thank,
each and everyone to listening.
thank, thank you, Pushpak ji, and thank you, Vikram, and thanks to Operant Pharmacy Federation. So who is doing? They are doing wonderful job. So Vikram, there were some questions related to pharmaceutical. So you can go through these live comments and you can get in touch
Sure,
with them.
sure. But questions arise from Kinshal.
Thank you all. Thank you.
How many chances to give one level exam? So you have one level exam for one chance. You have to qualify into one chance. You will not get the another chance. Both level are the different. Yes, in clinical research
There is
also.
only one chance to give exam.
But
So more question we can entertain later on. So because there's time running short.
Strategies and systems to convert.